Hey, it's Angela Lin, creator of Happy Abundant Freedom. In this video, I want to share with you the 2 roles that you should play in life to ensure your financial abundance and feel happier and have more freedom in your life. Now, when I was a teenager, I was reading Robert Kiyosaki's Cash Flow Quadrant book because I wanted to become rich. And he said in his book that in order to become rich, you have to be a business owner or an investor. So I made up my mind right then and there to become a business owner and an investor. Now, being a business owner, that went against everything that my parents taught me. They taught me to go to school, get good grades, and get a good job. And Robert Kiyosaki said, go to school, get good grades, go be a business owner and investor. So I had that conflict for quite a bit. And the thing was, I knew that Robert Kiyosaki was better off financially than my parents, so I decided to follow his advice. So what did I do? Well, I went to school, got good grades, and I did 2 things once I graduated. I did start my own online marketing business, and I also did get a job. Now, the thing is, I got a job at one of the big 4 accounting firms in the world. And why did I do that? Well, it's because Robert Kiyosaki said that you should learn and improve your financial literacy. And Warren Buffett, one of my biggest idols in investing, he's also said that you should learn accounting so that you can truly understand the financial status of companies. So I decided to join the accounting firm so that I would increase my financial literacy and see how different businesses operated financially. Now, one of the interesting things that we had to do when we were getting our chartered accountant designation or certified public accountant for US was that we had to learn about corporate tax. So what was interesting to me though about corporate tax was that when I looked at companies and how their tax was calculated compared to how I, as an employee, how my taxes were calculated, I found something quite amusing and quite annoying to me at the same time. So I'm going to teach you really quickly a general overview of how corporate tax works and why you'll see that being a business owner has a lot of tax savings and how you can be more financially abundant than if you were an employee. So the way that corporate tax works is that they make money. So let's say they have sales of $100. Then they would deduct all their expenses. So let's say they had $50 in terms of expenses, and they're left with $50. Now the government, they take that $50 that's left, and then they tax it. So let's say the tax rate is 20%. So 20% of $50 is $10. And so once you deduct that, the company, after tax, is left with $40. All right. Let's compare that to an individual. So let's say again you make a salary of $100, all right, and then the government is going to take a first cut at your salary. So let's say again you are taxed at 20%. So 20% of $100 is $20. So after you deduct that, you're left with $80 after tax. Now, you still have $50 of expenses that you have to pay off. So 80 minus 50 gets you to $30. After tax, after your expenses, that's what you walk away with. So $30 as an employee or individual, and $40 as a company, as a business owner. Now if you compare the two, maybe $10 doesn't sound like much, but what if you're making $10,000 each year, $100,000 each year? Well, that could mean anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 difference each year that the government is taking away from you if you're an employee or individual versus what you could have kept as a business owner. And the thing is, oftentimes we get excited about our raise if we are an employee. Yes, we got a raise. Awesome. Okay, so let's say you get a raise of $1,000. Well, the government is going to take a first cut of that. And the thing is, sometimes maybe that raise puts you into the next tax bracket. So $1,000, your expenses are still the same, and so $1,000 at a next tax bracket, let's say they are now taxing you at 30%. So $1,000 less 30% gets you $700, and you still have the same expenses. All right? Now compare that to if you're a business. Let's say a business makes another $1,000. Well, the thing is, sometimes their expenses might increase as they grow their sales. So after deducting all of their expenses, then they get taxed. And oftentimes, government will tax small businesses, which is probably what you're going to have when you first start out. They tax small businesses at much lower rates, just because they want to help them grow easier. So in reality, you could potentially get lower tax rate on your company profit than as an individual. And so there's a lot of tax savings for companies, and there's a lot of things that you can deduct as a business owner for your company if it's related to you being able to generate business, if you travel, meals, if there's courses that you want to take which will help you build your business. That's all tax deductions that's available to you as a business owner. That's not available to you as an individual or an employee though. So that's one big difference for tax savings, so that's why you should become a business owner. Now, one of the other reasons why being an investor also works fantastically from a tax perspective is that for Canada, let's say you have an investment, perhaps stocks or real estate. So when you go to sell that investment and you have a gain, so this is the gain, what you originally had, and this is what you sold at. Now, what was impressive to me was that, let's say you made $100 in terms of gain. Awesome. Now, the way that it works in Canada is this is called a capital gain, but they only tax half of that. So only $50 is considered for tax. So 20% of $50, that's $10 off. So that means after tax, you get to keep $90. $90. Imagine if you were to do that in, let's say, a raise, for example. You made a raise, great, but you get taxed at the whole $100 at 20%. So you only end up with $80. So that's a big difference in there as well. So aside from financial abundance and being able to reach financial freedom much faster as a business owner and as an investor, you are also able to better off have more happiness and more abundance in terms of your time, more freedom to do the things that you want to do. The reason is because as a business owner, your goal is to create a business, set up systems, and have people run it so that eventually you can remove yourself away from the business, but for it to continue to run without you and to continue to make money to supply you with income. So that's your goal as a business owner. And when you are able to do that, well, now that you are able to remove yourself from the business, you have all of this time, and you don't have to necessarily go into work, go into your business for it to run and provide you with income. So you're able to generate income even though you might not be physically working there. And with investing, perhaps real estate and other things like stocks, dividends, it'll provide you with what's known as passive income, where you aren't really doing anything active to generate, like you're not being at your rental property from 9 to 5 every day just to make sure that the tenant's paying you money. You're not doing that. So once you figure out, once you start investing, you're generating passive income. Well, that also frees up your time because now you're making income and you don't necessarily have to physically be there. So if you compare how much money you make per hour that you put in for investing or as a business owner compared to how much money you make per hour as an employee, I think you'll get a much better return on the hours that you put in as a business owner and as an investor. Now, keep in mind that I'm not a tax advisor. I'm just giving you some examples of how it works. You should really go seek a tax planner or your accountant because it works differently for each state and each country. So Don't quote me on the examples or the tax percentages. Go find somebody in your local area who is specialist at tax filing in order for you to figure out what's the difference. But I want you to start being a business owner, to start up your own business. Not just for the financial abundance, but also for you to achieve a higher level of happiness and freedom in your life to do the things that you want to do. So what I want you to do is think of something that you're really interested in, that you would want to start a business in. And don't worry about if you are thinking, oh, I can't start a business in that. Don't worry about that. Just find something that you're interested in, that you are passionate about, that you enjoy a lot. Because when you first start up a business, you're going to put in a lot of time into it. So it better be something that you enjoy, otherwise the business will probably fail. So you can check out the resource section below this video where I've included some resources that will help guide you through how you can start your own business and what you can do to make it succeed, even if you're a beginner. So check out the resource section below this video. And if you have any friends or family members who are currently employees right now, remember, even CEOs and presidents, they're still employees. They're not business owners. They're employees of the company. They can be fired at any time. Okay? So if you have a friend or family member who's still an employee, share this video with them to show them the opportunity of how they can reach financial abundance and have more happiness and freedom in their life as a business owner and as an investor. Please post in the comments section below what kind of business you want to start, because then perhaps I know some resources that can help you, and perhaps other people can also help you get that business up and going as well. So post in the comment section below, check out the resources, and in the next video I'm going to share with you the rule of 5 and how it can really impact your life and determine whether or not you can succeed faster, or maybe you'll just stay the same that you are right now. So that's in the next video. But in the meantime, here's to you creating more happiness, abundance, and freedom in your life and your community.